Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Aviassembly. Okay, this is our plane currently. I've had a number of comments talking about design. I will repeat, not an engineer. But there are a few things that probably need to be addressed. Firstly, the fact that the wings are too far back. The cockpit should be at best above the wings, ideally behind the wings somewhat. So, I'm going to move that out there, and I'm going to give us just a little bit of fuselage on the front. I might bring it out a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. Bring it out a little bit further. We'll stick our engine back on, and we will try to try to figure out if we can get this to match. I'm not sure that we'll be able to. How are we going to do this? Right, let's think. We'll shrink it down a little bit in both directions. There we go. If we can't really zoom in on the bit we want to zoom in on, unfortunately, but let's see if we can get this to roughly match up with our engine shape a little bit. I mean, actually, that's not too bad. That's pretty close. I'm all right with that. Oops. Yeah, a little bit off, but no, I'm all right with that. So let's colour that. Now, our centre of gravity has probably moved somewhat. Yeah, there we go. So let's move our wings. Nope, they're the wheels. We don't want to move the wheels. We want to move the wings. There we go. How's that? That's a little better, is it? It's difficult to tell. I mean, it's certainly in front of our centre of gravity, and it's, you know, above the cockpit is above the wings, so that looks a bit better. We might be able to come forward a little bit more, but we'll leave it there. We will move our wheels forward as well, like so. I did buy... What did I buy? Let's have a look. He says, I definitely bought something. There we go, I bought the larger fuel tank. So, these store half each and weigh 0.7. That stores 1 and weighs 1. So, one of those is better than 2 of these. So, we'll get rid of those and get some money back. It costs 200, so we could get away with 2 of these. Should we move them forward a little bit? Actually, we could probably get them under the wings themselves, couldn't we? I don't dislike that hugely. We'll paint them red because fuel. I mean, I would like to upgrade this engine, these engines rather, for something like this, because these are lighter. They don't produce as much thrust as the bigger engine here. We're using wood engines, so they produce the same thrust as those, but use half as much fuel and weigh 0.5 less. So we'll give this a go. Let's see what we can do. Wheel load too heavy. Well, that's not a good start, is it? We have the wheels that we can afford, really. Steel wheels, yeah. We could get big wheels. Would that be better? So what have they got? They got a load limit of 2 times 7. That's a load limit of 12. So 2 of those would be way better than that, wouldn't it? But can we afford them? That's the question. Probably not. Let's unlock them anyway. And let's have a look. Okay, so wheels. The steel wheels cost 50. The big wheels cost 75. So we'd be able to afford 1 big wheel. It's probably not going to do the job. Okay. Right, well, let's risk this. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Let's have a look. What can we do that's nearby? You want lumber. That's all the way up there. You want medicine. We can do that. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Yes, we can do that. Right, let's see about taking off. Ooh, it needs a lot more speed to take off. But it does seem to stay in the air pretty well. I've dropped the engine speed a little bit, so we are dropping, but that's not awful. Now let's see if we can land without destroying our wheels. Just about. Just about. Yeah, we can just about land. Let's load the cargo. We want... Can't remember now. Is it 4? 4 medicine. Okay. Which we can carry. Let's refuel. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. We're going to need to do something about that, aren't we? Right. What can we do? Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have a single fuel tank. Yeah, I'm going to have a single fuel tank. I'm going to sell those wheels, and I'm going to give us a couple of big wheels. And we'll stick them on the wings like so. Do we reckon that'll work? Only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's go. No warnings. Oh, it's still very heavy. We definitely need more power on those. Whoops. Definitely need more power from those engines, don't we? All right. Well, that'll be the next step then. We'll upgrade the wood engines if we can. To get a bit more... Oops, that was a bit of an aggressive landing. But still no warning from the wheels. All right, good, good, good. Right. Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? We are going to have to bring it right back, aren't we? Because we're going to need all of that runway to take off. Where's the end of the... Oh, there's the end of the runway. All right, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Refuel. Load cargo. And are we pointing in the right direction? Yes. Let's go. Whoops. Don't want to steer. Taking off at... Ooh, nearly 110 miles an hour. Or knots, or similar. But we should have everything in place to get us over here. I feel like we're drifting slightly to the right here, but no, we're all right. Let's straighten her up and get in on that runway. There we are. All right, drop our speed right down. We'll see if we can clear these trees. Oh, that was lucky. There we go. Right. We've got the medicine. 105 coins. That's not going to be enough to upgrade our engines, I don't think. You now want... What do you now want? Oops. You want 4 fruit. I don't think we'll be able to carry 4 fruit. But we'll head up that way anyway. If we can get our nose up. Come on. There we go. Right, now where are we heading? Over there. 4,700 meters. Yeah, it's a little bit wobbly, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. We've used half of our fuel going 1,700 meters, but if we drop our thrust a little bit, our throttle a little bit, we might get there. Yeah, all right. Let's drop it a bit more so we can drift in for a nice gentle landing, ideally. Whoa, there we go. It was a landing. I mean, we missed the runway again, but there you go. Right, we'll refuel. We will load up with as many of these as we can take, which is 3, and we'll just hammer it and see what we do. I probably haven't left us enough space to take off. No. Oh, there we go. We're all right. We're all right. Let's get us lined up. There we are. We are going to need a little bit more throttle than that, aren't we? Because otherwise we're not going to get there before the time runs out. And the trouble is, with the throttle up, we might not get there before our fuel runs out. Oh, scrap. Come on, pick it up. No, we missed it. Oh, no, we got it. Excellent. That'll help. Yeah, we're going to have to land here and then hope that our fuel... hope that the fruit doesn't go off before we get there. Oh, brake, 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 brake. Refuel. Go, 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 go. Let's just point in the right direction and see if we can take off this way. Yep, there we go. Drop the throttle. No, we're not going to get there. We don't have time. No. Alright. Alright. Okay, what are we going to do then? How are we going to do this? Would it have made a difference if I was facing the right way to take off? I don't think it would. Let's head back to the base and see what we can do. Yeah, we need more power. We just need more power. They're 300 each. We cannot afford it. Can't afford it at all. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here. Really don't. We're just going to have to do a different mission, aren't we? Let's see. What options do we have? Not many. You don't want anything. You just want lumber. You want nothing. You want lumber. Alright, well, let's try and get some lumber, shall we? Let's head up that way. It's 9,000 or 9,500 meters away. We're definitely going to need to stop for fuel along the way. But we'll take it nice and gently. We'll keep our eye out for scrap, because we might be able to find something that makes this possible. We have no range at all. This is on half throttle and it's burning through our fuel like nobody's business. No. Alright, let's go back to base. This isn't any good. We're going to have to do something about these terrible engines. I don't know what we're going to do about these terrible engines, but we'll sell them. What if we put 2 of these on? Come on. Let me... Thank you. How about that? Well, not quite that, but, you know. Maybe? Let's move the wheels out slightly. I mean, that might with this. That's still less. That's less thrust than we had before, but also, you know, a bit less weight than we had before. That's annoying me. We'll paint the other engine. There we go. Yeah, maybe. Come on, this I suppose will bring it down to something of a point. That's a bit square, isn't it? All right, how do we reset this? Nope, not like that. I'm not seeing any change at all here. That just makes it square. Yeah, all right, that's something. I still don't think that's going to be enough power with those engines, but we'll give it a try. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're not going to have enough thrust to take off, I don't think. But we'll see. It's not looking good. No, we're going to need far too long a runway to take off with that. Alright, okay, what else can we do? Not a lot. We got 149 coins. We can afford nothing. Oh, I really don't know. I don't know what we can do. Let me have a think. And by a think, I mean, let me have a cup of tea. Okay, I've shortened the fuselage a little bit to save a little bit of weight, but I don't think it's going to do a lot of good. It's dropped our capacity down to 60. And we'll give it a go. Come on, get your nose up. No. Oh, no, we're airborne at least. That's something, I suppose. Right, we are going to have to sort of stop off as often as possible. Although we're not using a huge amount of fuel at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the map. Yeah. Alright, if we keep heading this way, there is a village over here, isn't there? Whether we can reach that, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. And hope to find some scrap on the way again, but whether we will or not, who knows? Yeah, they don't give you a lot of money, do they? It's not ideal, but that has used considerably less fuel than last time. So maybe that shortening of the fuselage there was a good idea. Which is surprising, I don't usually have them. Okay, let's drop down here and we'll... Whoops. Hit the brakes. We'll back it up to the end of the runway, because we need to get sort of 4,000 meters that way. There we go. We'll refuel. And we'll hammer the refueling as long as we can. Come on. Yeah, still 90 before it takes off. Right. Let's head up to the lumber camp and see what we can load up. Of course, now we're going to get there and find we can't actually fit anything in the fuselage, aren't we? Alright, 2,000 meters, yeah, we're definitely going to get there on the fuel we've got. I can probably afford to throttle up a little bit as well. Where's the runway facing? It's facing round that way, isn't it? So, we'll come round, drop the throttle, and we'll try and drift in for a nice, gentle landing. I mean... I've done worse landings. Right. What are we doing then? You need medicine. I should have picked up some medicine on the way, shouldn't I? Oh, well. You want lumber. You want lumber. You want lumber and wood. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some lumber for the farm, shall we? We can take 1 lumber. Brilliant. This will take forever. Alright, we'll back it up, because this is probably weighing us down considerably now. And we'll see how long it takes us to get into the air. Way longer than we've got. Oh, that was... Come on, get round that corner. Get round. No, we need more. There we go. Oh, this isn't good. I should probably mark that as our destination, shouldn't we? So we know where we're going. Okay, we'll get there, I suspect. So, at least we can do this, but doing it one at a time is going to be an absolute pain. Not that we have a lot of choice. So, there we go. Let's drop in for a landing. Oh, bit rough. You're welcome. 70 coins, that's useful. Thank you very much. So they need 2 more, so we'll have to repeat that. So let me do that. I won't bore you with that bit, because it's just going to be exactly the same, unless I crash, obviously. I will say that the lumber camp has very long fuel hoses. Okay, there's definitely a thing with the steering. So if I steer to the left there, it definitely brings it back round to the right. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It just seems to sort of slightly nudge you back the way you were originally going, and I don't feel like that's a sort of natural way that a plane is supposed to operate. But I don't know. Again, not an engineer, not a pilot. Hit the brakes. There we go. You're welcome. Another 70, and they need 1 more. Well, I'll go and get it. Then maybe we'll be able to afford some more stuff for the plane. Come on, nose up, nose up, nose up. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, and stop correcting my steering. That's starting to get irritating. Look, if I steer that way, that straightens up, and then it drifts back round again. I don't know. I'm going to have a look at the settings in a second and see if I can figure out what's going on. But this is the last bit of lumber that we need to deliver, so let's just get it on the ground. There we go. Yeah, you're welcome. 160 coins. Nice. That might be enough to afford us some better engines. Right. Back to base. I mean, we can afford to get another one of these on there. That'll give us a thrust of 30. That's probably better. A total consumption of 3, which is the same as 1 of those for twice the thrust. And, 1.2 more weight. But yeah, let's get one of those on there. We'll want to redesign the front of this, I think. Oh no, we need to enlarge it again. There we are. And let's see if we can do anything with it. Oh no, that's not working. I can't see what I'm doing. It won't let me do anything but rotate around it. It's... That needs work. Okay, right, we'll enlarge it a bit, I think, because we'll need to do that. Oh, let me see what I'm doing, please. Here we go. Right, that's awful, but we'll have a look. Okay then, right, I've slightly modified the design. I've moved the wing engines out slightly and basically swapped them with the wheels. I'm not entirely happy about that, but it is what it is. Yeah, all right. No, we're going to go with that. Yeah, we'll give it a try. Now, who wanted what? Somebody wanted medicine, didn't they? Yes, you need medicine. Right. Let's see if we can actually get off the ground. Yeah, we still need to be going like 100 before we get off the ground, but how are we doing in terms of staying in the air? Yeah, not bad. Just under half throttle. It's reasonable. I did forget to look at the settings to see if there's anything we can do about the steering, but never mind. We'll just have to deal with it for now. Alright, that's alright. I'm happy with that, mostly. Right. How many did they want? 5. Yeah, that's all we can do. We can get 4. Alright. Let's get airborne. Ooh, we probably don't want to drop our throttle that far, but... Stop drifting. Oh, dear, oh dear. Alright, well, let's see if we can get 6,000 on the fuel that we've got. It's definitely handling better, I think. It seems to be able to fly at a slower throttle speed, at least. Alright, coming up on half our fuel gone. Feeling reasonably hopeful with this one, actually. Trying to remember which way round the runway is. I think... Yeah, I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, well, we did it on nearly half a tank. That's pretty good. In terms of fuel consumption, these engines are considerably better. Although, that's a terrible landing. No, we're on the ground. It's fine. It's all good. 118 coins. Alright, one more medicine needed. Yep. Thank you. You don't actually need anything, do you? What about you? 1 lumber. Alright, what if we grab a lumber, bring it back to there, then go and get that? Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get up the runway and turn around. That's probably a bit fast to be taxiing, isn't it? Okay. I will line us up. Oops. Calm down, John. Calm down. And we'll go back as far as we can to give ourselves plenty of space. Alright. And 1 lumber. Was it 1 lumber? I think it was 1 lumber. Yes, 1 lumber. Right, let's see how we take off with lumber on board, shall we? We're airborne. That wasn't too bad. Oops. Let's bring our throttle up a little bit. I mean, I do have to keep sort of nudging up with the low throttle, but it's keeping us airborne. That's okay. Let's have a little bit more throttle. Alright. Alright, yeah, let's get to the wind turbines then, and then we'll get onto the hospital, grab 1 more medicine, and take it up to the lumberyard. You are welcome. 115 coins and 15 scraps. Ooh, nice. Thank you very much. Can you get 2 lumber to repair the last turbine? You said you wanted 1 lumber. Alright, never mind. Never mind. Okay, okay. That's cool. Right, refuel, and off we go. There we go. Delivered the medicine. 92 coins. Thank you very much. What now? Sick worker also needs some food. Yeah, would, wouldn't he? 5 fruit. I mean, at least the farm is close, I suppose. What about you? Why are you flashing at me? You want 2 lumber. Yeah. You want 2 lumber. What are we going to do? Let's do the fruit. Let's do the fruits. There we go. Right. Oops. Let's put it facing the right way, shall we? There we are. Right. Okay. Not my best landing. But, you know, it worked. Let's straighten up a little bit. There we go. Right. How many can we take? 3. Can we get off the ground with 3? Oh yeah, no problem. Alright. There we go. That's some of it. How much are we going to give us? 109 coins. Alright, happy with that. And 2 more required. Sure thing, we can do that, and then we'll have a bit more money to spend on upgrading again. So, let's get back to the farm. Turn, you bugger. Come on. There we go. Right, kill the thrall, because we'll have enough speed coming in from this altitude, I think. Yeah, more than enough. Alright. Oh, there goes our back wheel. That's not good. We'll reset and repair. We'll back up a lot. How much more fruit did they need? 2 more. Okay. And let's go. Okay, at full throttle, it's pretty good at staying airborne, I will say. And it took us no time at all to get back to the lumber yard there. Stop drifting. Okay, there we go. Another 151 coins. Brilliant. Anything else? You want to tell me you want anything else now? Oh, look. Tools run out of power. 3 big batteries. No, you can't have 3 big batteries. Sorry. There's no way we can afford to build a plane that can carry big batteries at the moment. Right, how much have we got? We've got 25 scrap. What can we get that will actually help us? There's another cockpit there that is the same weight but gives us more cargo. Or there's one there that is much lighter but less cargo. Maybe. Maybe that would be the one to go for. And that also looks like that's actually designed to fit on the front of the plane because it's got a domed nose on it. Big external fuel tank. Don't really care about that. We're alright for fuel for the moment. Maybe another tail wing. Oh, that gives us much more lift. But apparently isn't as strong. What about that? A wing? Gives us a bit more weight, but quite a lot more lift. Less drag. Less strength. And uses fuel or contains fuel? I suspect that contains fuel. What's that? A glider wing. Yeah, not really in the market for a glider. We can't do anything like that because we need whatever that is. Electrical components or something like that, maybe? Ooh, Wheels, don't really care about wheels. Wheels are all right for the moment. But we are going to want more storage space. Okay, I'm going to... that means we'll have to move that other engine. That won't be ideal, will it? See, more weight isn't ideal. That's the same weight, but it gives us more lift. All right, let's get a replacement tail wing. So if we get rid of our... Whoops. There we go. Get rid of those and... Oh, it's all the way down here. I mean, it's probably a little large for this plane. But you know what? It'll do. I'm all right with that. Ooh. And it has a border. Can we paint the border a different colour? No, we can't. Okay, well, never mind. We still have 400 left. Could we perhaps just bring that out a little bit more? Maybe. We now have a cargo space of 70. Where's our centre of gravity? Right behind the wheels, right behind the wings there. Okay. All right, let's give this a go. Nothing's complaining. Right, what have we got? Hospital doesn't want anything. You want lumber. You want batteries. And fruit. You know what? Let's... No. Yeah, let's set a target for the... what's it called? The thingy. You know what I mean. The wind farm. That was the... Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, the wind farm. So we'll go out there and we'll see if we grab a large battery and... I mean, see where we can take it, I suppose. There's probably a few places want large batteries. Let's give us a bit more oomph. Okay, not touching the controls. That's reasonably level, isn't it? And just bring the nose up a little bit. Oh dear, oh dear. No, we're going to probably have to come around for another pass on that one, aren't we? I wasn't paying attention to the surroundings. I'll bring us around. There we go. Get the nose up and on the ground. That's pretty good. Don't mind that at all. Right, we want a big battery, don't we? And one is all we can take. Right, now, who wants a big battery that's nearby? You want big batteries, and you want big batteries. No, I don't want to select you because you'll send me up to the farm. There we go. Over there, we can probably do that without turning around, can't we? Let's see if we can get off the ground with a big battery on board. Let's see if we can... ooh, just. Right, let's see if we can bring it around. Oh, come on, kill the speed a little bit. There we are. Yeah, that's the one we want, isn't it? Right there. Good, good, good. I've still forgotten to look at the settings, but it does... Oh, avoid that tree. Who plants a tree that close to a runway? You're welcome. 88 coins. Okay, and you need one more. Sure. Let's back up. Actually, no, let's turn around. That'll be easier, wouldn't it? Oh, not that fast. Okay. Off we go. Probably should have set a destination, shouldn't I? There we are. Yeah, if you put it on full throttle, it does tend to lift that nose, which is nice. And we're not using a huge amount of fuel. I wonder if it's worth... Okay, let me deliver this last battery, and then we'll try something else. There we go. You're welcome. 162 coins. Alright, that's boosted our cash a little bit. Probably not enough, but we'll see. You going to ask for anything else? No. Alright, let's get back to base. More redesigning is needed. Alright, here we are. We have 2 pairs of engines. We have 2 fuel tanks. And I've painted it black. Because, you know, paint it black. I mean, it gets airborne. And likes to dip towards the ground a little bit. But then they all do. It's controllable. Let's put it on full hoon and see what happens. What speed are we getting up to? 200. We are burning through our fuel, but, you know. Let's drop it down again. Yeah, so we can get over 200 in terms of speed. Right. I'm going to head up to the farm. But I think we'll end it there for this episode. I'm still loving this game, I have to say. It's a complicated... Oop, nearly hit a bird. Oh, I didn't realise we were that close. Alright, let's get on the ground, if we can. Oops, blows up. No, we didn't manage it. Oh well, oh well. That was my fault, that wasn't down to the plane. But we will leave it there for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. Give us any comments down below. Design tips, definitely helpful. Moving those wings forward of the cockpit seems to have helped the stability a little bit. I mean, you can't see it very well because it's black against the black runway. There we go. There we go. Right. Move it back a bit. There. Yeah, so, I mean, moving those wings forward of the cockpit a little bit has helped. I still think it looks a little bit truncated. But maybe we can sort of expand that fuselage in front of the cockpit a little bit. And sort of round it off a little bit more rather than having what looks a bit more like a beak than anything else. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. And, you know, please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Aviassembly. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.